Sydney Sweeney is somewhat of a conundrum. She's extremely popular, but I've never watched anything she's been in. Now that I think about it, before doing research for this video, I didn't even know what her voice sounded like.
I know what you Google.
Nevertheless, she's become a big deal in Hollywood and pop culture altogether. She's the definition of work with what you've got. And believe me, dear viewer, she's got plenty. From what I've read, her breakout role was in a show called Euphoria.
You see what I did there, right?
I haven't watched the entire series, just a compilation of the most plausible moments. Let's just say Alexis didn't have the pleasure of my company that night. From there, her career took giant strides forward, and opportunity came knocking. She appeared on talk shows, high-profile events, and even delivered a breath of fresh air to the dwindling SNL, single-handedly helping the show stay afloat.
You see what I did there, right?
You might have seen me in Anyone But You or Euphoria. You definitely did not see me in Madam Web.
At the peak of it all, she was the star in a music video for the Rolling Stones' newest single. The band hadn't released new music in decades, and obviously picked Sweeney because they wanted to make an impact and motor their way back to the top. But Sweeney was more than just a pretty face. During all the appearances, she wasn't afraid to bust out the big guns. She knew what she had and milked it for everything it was worth. It wasn't long until the pink-haired Landwells and soy boys stuck their noses into it, because God forbid a straight white woman, who's a total smoke show to boot, gain some level of fame. They claimed the Rolling Stones video objectified the young actress and set feminism back a few decades. And unlike cowardly actors who'd rather stay silent than risk upsetting the woke masses, Sweeney bravely responded. She defended her appearance and stated that she chose to do the project because it served as, quote, empowerment through embracing her body. And let's be honest, a body like that, who wouldn't want to embrace it? Her appearance on SNL was so groundbreaking it resulted in official outlets asking the question, is the age of woke dead? Naturally, she was such a hot ticket, the offers for roles in Hollywood feature films came by the fleet. And because she's smart, she even brokered deals to also produce most of these films which ended up being financially profitable. Now, I've never watched any of them myself, but the rise of white is glorious nonetheless. There seemed to be no end to her white power, but one of the biggest moments of her career would also put a target on her back. Fast forward to July of the year 2025, where Sweeney took part in a monumental ad campaign for American Eagle, promoting their line of denim apparel. The ad had Sweeney describe her blonde hair and blue eyes as the result of good genes.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
You see what I did there, right?
Nice double entender there. In an age of advertising strangled with woke politics, where ads feature a stranded land whale, neutered soy boy, interracial couple, it was refreshing seeing a beautiful straight white young woman in a campaign again. It's something that's become so rare, it even seemed like a thing of the past. I mean, shouldn't DEI also include attractive people? Those of us who are decidedly not woke immediately gained a new appreciation for Sweeney. But good things never last, dear viewer. Some pink-haired Landwell took the campaign slogan to mean that Sweeney and the American Eagle were claiming that Caucasian genetics were superior to everyone else's. To which I ask, where is the lie? The company itself has stated that this was absolutely not the case, and that this was simply a case of misinterpretation, which is a missed opportunity if you ask me. Can you imagine how absolutely epic it would have been if they proudly confirmed that the white genes are superior to the rest of the world? It's just science, don't you know? Sweeney herself didn't respond to the controversy, choosing instead to play it close to the chest. It could be that she didn't want to add more buzz to a misinterpreted situation, but because I've learned to read between imaginary lines, I know the real reason. She's a white supremacist, a fact that she can't openly state because of snowflakes culture today They'll demand the heads of anyone who ruffles their woke feathers. I know this because Fox News told me so.
Hey, what up, my Nazi?
Cancel culture is the forte of the woke masses, so they were hell-bent on punishing Sweeney for it. Her film Americana came out a month after the embellished controversy and was a box office bomb, because apparently no one went to see it. How dare the social justice warriors use the phrase, "if you don't like it, don't watch it," against us and not support this film. I mean, like I said, I myself haven't seen it, but how dare they not support it? Then it was revealed that Sweeney is a registered Republican, news which coincided with a picture of her grandmother wearing a MAGA hat. Obviously, this only served to further inflate her already impressive nature. But The Walking Dead struck again and used this new information to further the plan to cancel her, because she refused to abide by the agenda.
I'm not gonna be affected by that.
Her next two movies underperformed at the box office as well, a hat trick that no one wants associated with their name. Obviously, social justice warriors everywhere were refusing to spend money on anything that Sweeney's name was attached to. I haven't seen either of these movies, and the woke mob is quick to point out that MAGA hasn't either, otherwise the films would be successful. But in a heightened state of inebriation, I realized why. Every time someone showed up at theaters to buy a ticket, they'd be eradicated by some strategically placed space lasers. I can't say who owns the lasers without being cancelled, but let's just say they like it kosher. Headlines everywhere were celebrating this as karma for Sweeney's involvement in the allegedly racist Good Genes campaign and her refusal to apologize for imagined slights or even talk about it. That all changed when she had an interview with GQ. The interviewer, Catherine Stoufel, is obviously a social justice warrior.
White people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like, that was kind of like...
And I've got a creeping suspicion that her mother wasn't too frugal with the Tylenol while she was pregnant. Yeah, she's definitely on the spectrum. During the interview, Stoufel tried to front-load every question with an allegation, trying to force Sweeney into a corner. I guess GQ stands for gay questioning these days. The cringe looks she makes during her line of questioning make it clear that when you're a race traitor, you're fighting your own nature, shoveling bullshit your very DNA knows is wrong. But there's some jealousy involved as well. Stoufel obviously has good genes.
Genes are awesome.
Yeah, I like your genes.
You look great.
But Sweeney's blonde hair and blue eyes make her the superior specimen, along with some more apparent traits. Where a lesser human being would just have apologized to get it over with and appeal to the masses, Sweeney delivers what might just be the most badass line of the entire year.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
Yes! That's it, Sydney. You push back against that nonsense. Don't back down. Then another race traitor entered the fray. Brie Larson. She's taken upon herself to be the Walking Dead queen who can't help but jump at the slightest perceived injustice.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him.
She saw the GQ interview because she doesn't have much else to do with her time since the Marvel well dried up.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
And decided to rally the troops against Sweeney in even greater numbers. And it's one of the reasons why I can't stand Larson. She, like Sweeney, has good genes and is also a fellow Golden Globe recipient. She should have united with her fellow white woman, and together they would have been an unstoppable force in bringing black white supremacy to the once great realm of Hollywood. Instead, she allowed politics to divide and conquer the great Caucasian quest, and Sweeney was one of the many to suffer for it. Why? Well, it's like the GQ interview proved, the one thing that has always divided women throughout history: envy. You see, dear viewer, Larson may have good genes as well, but her eyes are brown, which makes Sweeney yet again the superior specimen. So, is this the end of Sydney Sweeney?
No.
This reporter doesn't think so, because we truly are seeing the death of the woke age. It's a slow death, with the patient being administered a steady drip in a desperate effort to keep it alive, but it's death nonetheless. Miss Sweeney has proven she's got what it takes to cushion the blows, and I believe she'll bounce back tougher than ever before.
And I'm still learning, and I'm going to make mistakes, and I'm going to grow, and I think that it's important to be able to do that without having to say every single thing all the time.
And I look forward to her role in the upcoming Devil Wears Prada 2. For her sake, I hope the film does well. I mean, I'm not gonna watch it myself,
No.
but I do hope it does well. Instead, I'm just gonna go watch Predator again. Ah, Predator. You truly are the badass spelled with double D's. Alright, story's over. Get out.